So just to explain the process for starting the Kelvin up, 1953 J3, 3-cylinder, 11 horsepower per cylinder. The process for starting her up is a little bit of pre-oiling because it's a gravity fed system on the engine. So start off by turning your fuels on. You've got your main fuel cap down there, and then you've got your secondary, and then that one to feed the pump over there. So you turn those on. That one I tend to always leave on. And then the dash pots individually. Get your oil can. So that's the 3 dash pots. Then of course the rockers which sit on the top. Just a little squirt in there. Just a little tiny bit in there on each one from each angle. And on in there. And that completes that. We do come back over this side in a minute just to do an oil check for flow. And we come round to this side, and then we've got the reciprocating water pump which is situated down here. There's a little plate that we remove there, which is that one, and it says on there, remove and oil 3 places. You've got to do that because it lubricates the top of the pump. So 1, 2, 3, and you can see the oil coming out the pump as it goes through. Then replace the plate back on there, and away you go. Then we know we've got our fuel on, so we open this little plate on there, which is the governor. We lift the pipe up and just very gently open that valve. Put a little bit of fuel in there, just see it dropping out the bottom into that chamber. It's all recyclable, it all goes back in the tank, so there's no waste. And that's your governor there, which is the revs, which runs through a switch at the top and into the back of the boat there. So just give that little tweak there. And what I generally do, if she's not been started for a bit, is turn the ignition on, drop these decompressors down. Yeah, so it's both manual and electric start, and I'll just use the handle here, just engage it on the back of the gearbox, and I'll just turn it over a couple of times there to get the oil. When diesel's cold, it has a habit of waxing up, so it makes it a little bit harder in the winter, but you've always got the benefit of the electric start, which is good. So back round this side again, then we have our second oil can, and this one is just a little bit of oil on the springs there, just a bit, so they're nice and free, each one, and the same with that one. Okay, and then a little bit of oil on this spring here. Just a little bit on the chain there. And then finally down here, this reciprocating plunger, put some oil in there. So when that turns over, that oils the plunger. They call it a reciprocating water pump. So you just have a quick glance over the engine then, so you can see that you've done everything. But it's a nice little thing to do, and then we can think about firing her up. So we just set the revs on the governor to there, yeah, and then each compressor I'll do them one by one. So ignition is on, and I'll do it with the button so you can see, and then she'll fire up. There you go. And that's your governor there, it shows your revs. Then just lift that lid, you can see the chamber is empty there. Just get the pipe, there. That seems to good, look. Keeps it all running. Between the engine and the gate out there, which is situated, I'll pull the fuel through, that holds about 8 to 10 gallons. The boat will run 8 hours a day on that. And then when you're finished, you can do all the pre-oiling, fill your fuel up, and away you go. From here you've got the 2 wheels at the back of the boat. One's for your gears, obviously it's got a stern there and a head, and at the moment she's just ticking over, so it goes into gear better when the engine revs are low, because you've got to think about the cones on the gearbox. So just take your time with it. So drop your revs down to there, you can just hear the engine ticking over lovely, and she'll accept that nicely. And then if you want to put it into gear, yeah, just turn that wheel there and put it into gear, and you'll start to engage the drive there. So you'll see the prop shaft turning there all the way up to there, yeah, and you can spin it up and you can see we've got quite a bit of wash. The thing about this boat, it doesn't make a lot of splashing behind you. It's all what goes on underneath the water. It's got quite good propulsion, you know. And when you're going along on the boat, that wheel there, as you can see, you get a tiny little vibration there. So I made this device here, which just put in there, and it'll just sit there and you go out cruising, and she'll just sit there all day. And then when you're coming down to a stop, it's the same thing again. You just bring the revs right down. You can see it from here. You can see she's running really low. Pull that out, then you can go into your reverse gear. Same thing again. And you can hear the change in the drive, and then just, and you can hear it. It's engaging reverse now. And generally, I know reversing can be a bit difficult for boats, but this tends to go where you want it to go. As you can see, she's moving now. And then again, slow it right down before you disengage the gears. And you can take it out of gear. And she'll just sit there. And do your revs from there. It's quite a nice place to be. You've got plenty of room. You can see the exhaust, it's nice.